Hi, I'm Pink Sweats. Check out my interview on CreativeDisc.com, the #1 music website in Indonesia.
Hello, Pink Sweats. Tell me your activity during this pandemic time.
Oh, during the pandemic, I've been just trying to, hang with my family and see my family more, and just figure out life because I was so busy before, where it's like you just kind of always working, working, working. So I had to like refigure out my life, where it's like, okay, what are the things that are important to me, and who are the people that are important to me that I need to make sure that I'm there for.
So you say that this during pandemic time you take a break for from this busy activity that you live on, right?
Yeah.
So tell me, how like, okay, I'm now not busy, so I must think about yourself, think about myself. Like, how can you think about yourself during this pandemic time? How can you love yourself during this pandemic time?
Oh, that's good. I think the way I love myself now is just taking time for myself to, whether it's to meditate or to talk to like close friends, and just let them tell me about me. Sometimes I want to hear their perspective. Like, what do you think that I could do better? How can I be a better friend? How can I be a better son? A better cousin, brother. Like, I just want to be my best self. And to me, that is how I love myself, is by loving others.
I'm shivering right now because this question, it's like, wow, it's a great answer.
Oh,
Wow. Thank you so much.
thank you.
So tell me about the story of your newest single called 17.
17 is a song that I wrote when I was kind of like thinking about life and marriage, and just always wanting to experience that, but like I had never experienced it. So I kind of went to my own make believe land, and I wrote a song that's like, like sometimes you watch a movie and you're like, oh man, it's so cool. Like, so I wanted to make like a song that was about love and like being with someone forever, forever. And, going through the highs and the lows with the same person, how beautiful that could be. And that's 17, yeah.
Wow, okay. When you was 17, do you have a special occasion on your life, special event in your life when you are 17, maybe?
When I wrote 17, I believe that was like the time after I had I was like in the studio for like two weeks straight. Like, I didn't leave. I was in there for 14 days. And I was feeling kind of lonely, It was like I'm doing all this work and I don't really have anyone to share that with. So then I kind of wanted to like manifest my life. Like, I wanted to write a song that manifests the life that I want to live. And honestly, the number 17 is just my favorite number is 7. So I just put a 1 in front of it. But yeah, because that's my favorite number is 7. So I just put the 1 in front of it, and the rest of everything else is like me manifesting my life.
Wow, okay. So 17 has a door with many Asian listeners, especially in Indonesia, when one of our Indonesian singer Han India did duet with you on 17. So
Yeah,
what do you think about that big reception in Indonesia?
I think it's beautiful. I think that love is universal, I think that people want to feel love so much, it's the one thing in this world that you can't buy, you know. You can't purchase it in a bottle. You can't buy it on a shelf. And we all have the strong desire, like you want somebody that's gonna love you through everything.
So speaking about your music career, I think you've got a big time and popularity in so many R&B playlists in the streaming services like Spotify and Apple Music. So
Yeah.
how do you think about the rise of playlist culture in this streaming era?
It's dope. I think that with anything like that, it's good and bad, But that's life, right? Yin and yang. It's just you have one. Everything balances itself out. But I think it's a beautiful way for new artists. A lot of time, because I was a new artist,
Hmm.
and when I first started, a lot of people found me on playlists. So people they find you and they fall in love with your music, and then they go down all the songs. They want to check everything out, and then they go on your Instagram. They follow you, or things like that. So it could be a good thing, but I also understand how for some people it could be not so good.
So why do you choose this R&B soulful and strict approach? Because it's different for many contemporaries R&B like you to approach this thing like when I first listen to you, wow, this is a unique sound. This is a different from other R&B artists that only play electronic beats only, and you play with acoustic guitar and with the percussion, with the organic percussion. So why do you choose this track?
I do this because I want to show people that sometimes you don't need so much. It's like when you come from like a place where you don't have a lot of things, you realize that you learn a lot. And for me, I didn't come up with a lot of things. When I was growing up, we didn't really have a lot of access to things. So you always make the best of what you have. So it's like if like my girlfriend, like if we just had rice, then she's gonna put stuff in the rice to make the rice the best rice. We're not gonna complain about like not having chicken. It's like, well, we have rice, so let's make the best rice we can make, and we'll put like sugar, butter, like salt, pepper, whatever, and just make it the best. And to me, I wanted to show people that you can make a career with just what you have, because that was all I had. All I had was my laptop and my little like small USB mic, and I wanted to show kids around the world that like, hey, your dreams are possible, and you don't need some big time person to come save you and like give you opportunity. Not with the internet. With the internet, everything's open. It's kind of like you put up a song, and it could just take a life of its own.
So your approach is like less is more, right?
Sometimes, yeah. But when I first start, yeah, I wanted to do like, uh, it's like I say it like this. So you know how you go to school, right?
Hmm. Yes.
And you have math. Some people English, socials, everything.
Science,
For
right?
me, yeah, I like to look at music with intention. Like if I'm doing something, I want to do it with intention. And the way it's like each step. So like when I do my music in the beginning, I wanted to do it very simple, plain, to show people, hey, you can do this with just guitar. You don't always need loud drums and other sounds. Sometimes you just get the guitar. And also, I didn't talk about sex or anything, because sometimes when you're like young artist, you think like, oh, if I say something nasty, like people will like me more, or like
Yes, yes.
will like my music. So I had to like put that in to think like, okay, so I'm not gonna do that. So then nobody can make no excuse. Like when they listen to my music, and like when one day, I'm praying that my career will be big. So one day when my career is big, people gonna look back and say, "Oh man, there's no reason. Like he wasn't talking about sex. He wasn't making music with loud beats. Everything he did was intentional, and he did it his own way. So some young kid, he can say to himself like, "Oh, now I can do it my way. Like I don't have to do what everyone else is doing if I want to make success."
Wow, that's interesting because musician. I think like music, current music landscape is not like is different for what you say, and this with the loud beat, and you play only acoustic beat with the soulful beat. Wow, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. I think so.
But
You
later, one day I'm gonna do sex songs, okay, just for everybody.
so you have battling against your disease, your achalasia disease. Am I
Yeah,
pronouncing right?
yeah,
So
yeah. Clay.
is that disease change your point of view in your life and your music maybe?
Change my point of view on life, yes, because anytime you get sick, it makes you sit down and think more. Because sometimes you busy, 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 always working, working. But when you get sick, you have to sit down and you watch the world around you still keep going. So to me, it made me realize my insignificance. It's like, you know, this earth, it always keeps going. And I wanted to say, like, wow, so why do I have all these fears and like anxiety when it doesn't matter? Like, all I need to do is be myself, be loving and kind, and hopefully that energy is reciprocated to me. But yeah, I think that time, it made me look at time different. It's like, oh, none of this matters, like you have to be a good person while you're here on this earth. Like that matters.
Wow, that's wow. Wow, that's an answer. Wow, thank you for sharing it. I think
Thank you.
so. Maybe what's your biggest influence on your music career?
Influence, church. Being at church, playing drums at church, just watching my mom sing and like my family, things like this. Yeah.
Wow. So what's do you have any special ritual or activity before you're starting your making music?
Do I have any special? Say it one more time.
Special ritual or activity before you making and recording
Oh,
music?
I like to. I always like to just be in a good mood. I don't like to be like sad. Like no, I don't have any ritual. Just kind of like I'll like do this like yeah yeah yeah. Like I hype myself up, and go into the studio like this.
Okay. So maybe things about this is last question. 5 things we didn't know about you.
Oh, I am very emotional. I cry. I laugh. Um, I like food a lot. I like Korean barbecue, sushi. That's my favorite food. Um, oh, another thing is my second favorite color is black. Um, what else? Dang, I'm trying to think. What else?
Maybe last or maybe just 2 things. Maybe that's one. Maybe like two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. Um, oh, I love playing drums more than I love singing.
Wow. Okay.